Doubt in your mind that you would be able to function in such circumstances?
Not at all, Mr. Truitt, and I want you to know that also I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit for political purposes my opponent's youth and inexperience.
What a zinger that was. Remember that? Reagan versus Mondale back in '84. All night long we've been showing you clips of those historic moments during presidential debates because, of course, the big one is coming just in a few minutes. But first, time now for our Patriot Report. My next guest, a conservative political talk show host, a motivational speaker, does a little stand-up comedy as well, and just an all-around good old boy. I love him. Chad Prather, or as you might know him, the political cowboy online. Hey, Chad, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. It's good to see you.
Nice seeing you. We haven't chatted for a while online after we got introduced by our mutual friend, John Rich, years ago. And I happened to notice something when I was looking up your bio today. We share the same birthday, Mr. Sagittarius, December 9th.
Do it.
We do.
See, that start referring to being Sagittarius and people go read what that means, and we're in trouble.
We are, although you're a year older than me. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on, Chad. Gosh, where do we start? You want to start with SCOTUS pick? Or we can talk about what we're going to see in the debate here in a few minutes, because I think that's going to be one heck of a show. But let's just go to SCOTUS. That's the biggest thing I think concerning our country right now, besides a potential fraudulent vote, which I think is going to happen as well. But how about the attacks from the left on President Trump's pick? Crazy.
Well, first of all, Amy Coney Barrett's a great pick. I mean, you would think that she would be flawless in terms of a confirmation hearing. But my theory is, you ask, how can these people go after a woman in the age of Me Too or in the age of Believe All Women and really come at them in the way that they do, in the critical harshness that they do? My theory is that the left believes that Donald Trump and Mike Pence and guys like that have actually weaponized these white women to be against other women. So, you know, these aren't your Alyssa Milano women. These aren't your Women's March women. These aren't women like Madonna and Ashley Judd. These are the Stepford wife women who are really kind of like robots. They're not real people. They're Terminators. And so your Kellyanne Conways and your Kayleigh McEnany's and your Sarah Sanders and your Amy Coney Barrett's have been weaponized against women. And now women are going to lose their ability to progress upward. They're going to be subjugated to men. They're not going to have equal pay. They're not going to be able to choose what they do with their bodies and all of these crazy, crazy ideas that are out there. And so that's how they're justifying doing that. And when they dehumanize somebody in the way they have, you can only expect the absolute worst to come out of their mouth when it comes to their judgments.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting how they've treated her already. We saw that Boston University professor who they've asked to step down. I think he's a just disgusting human being. Literally come out and say that she only adopted the 2 kids from Haiti to get rid of her white guilt and to prop them up as props in her career. And I'll tell you, I invited him on the show. I'd love to get that guy on here and debate him, because he also on another show literally said that our president is a white supremacist and supports the KKK. I mean, these attacks on the left are insane. You've been the subject of them plenty of times yourself, political cowboy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about their movement towards socialism and their extreme hypocrisy on their whole movement of tolerance and acceptance, right? That's what the party of the Democrats claim to be when they are surely not.
Yeah, if you read the tweets of a guy like Ibram Kendi, who, of course, wrote that Not Racist Baby, or How to Raise a Non-Racist Baby, which was a completely racist book. If you read his tweets and you see that she's using these children, as he says, as props, or that they are trying to colonialize a nation like Haiti and really demonstrate the supremacy of their whiteness, and they use them to demonstrate that they're not actually racist. This is, I define racism as withholding something from somebody on the basis of their skin color. What Amy Coney Barrett did with her children that she adopted from Haiti that's the exact opposite of racism. She literally gave them a life, brought them out of poverty, and gave them an opportunity to have the American life. It's a beautiful thing. And, when you consider that they're attacking not only her adoption of children of color from another nation, I come from a family of adoption. It's a precious thing. But also even going after her child with Down syndrome and downplaying that. I don't see how anybody that comes from a family with a history of adoption, or Down syndrome could possibly vote for the left in any way, shape, or form.
I know. Chad, they're wrapping me up because we have an abbreviated show tonight because the debate is on right after. So we've got like 10 seconds. Your thoughts on the debate. What are we going to see?
Get ready to rumble. It's going to be insanity, and I hope that Donald Trump just mops the floor with him.
Chad Prather, you can find him online. Real easy to find him. Just look up The Political Cowboy on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. He's out there. Check out his tour. I know you're out there touring, doing comedy and different freedom tours. So good for you, Chad. You're welcome anytime on this show. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up, I'll be joined by someone who's going to give us a little insight on how President Trump and Joe Biden are preparing for tonight's big debate. Don't go away.